Hey Capricorn, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from March 28th through the 30th, 2025. This is for Capricorn. Last shuffle here for Capricorn. Let's see what's going on. So Capricorn, what we have here is transformation, and we have the sacred temple, and it seems as though where you're meant to be, it seems like you are meant to be changed. You may feel like your life is completely different. The landscape of life is different from what you thought it would be right now. At least this weekend, it may be like, man, things have completely changed. Whatever it was, whatever's going on, there's a big change that has occurred in some aspect of your life, and it was meant to. Usually the sacred temple is about being in a holy place, being in the right place. So wherever you are, you're standing in a very holy place. Wherever Capricorn is, that's where it's supposed to be. It's where you're meant to be. Look at Capricorn energy with the world. Cannot make this up. There's something about things changing, being at peace now. Maybe instead of ignoring something, because the Four of Swords oftentimes could be like out of sight, out of mind, right? I'm focusing on what the Knight of Wands would be moving quickly towards something that is interesting right now. It's shiny over there. Let me go over there. And instead of dealing with whatever situation I'm in, whatever comes towards me, whatever it is calling, like whatever is asking or screaming out more for the squeaky wheel, whatever that was, maybe I'll just pretend that I don't hear it, right? But now something has changed where now I have a peace of mind about things. Something has successfully been carried out. Something has been successfully fixed, or there's hope now in a hopeless situation, or was previously hopeless is now hopeful. So I'm seeing the Three of Wands, an expectation. That's usually an expectant kind of energy, or it's more of a, we have expectations in this, but also a waiting game. The patience that, and also hope. I hope that what I need is coming towards me, right? Well, we don't know what that, it looks like the ship that has my stuff. I'm not sure. Or my person. In the transformation, you have the Four of Swords, Strength, Knight of Wands, and the High Priestess. And this is a change in the situation where maybe at one point you were holding back and ignoring something, maybe not necessarily secretive, but focused on where the wind was blowing you. And now it's saying, I have peace with going with the flow. I have peace with my intuitive nudges, because I see hope. I see something coming towards me. What I've been fighting for successfully has arrived. The sacred temple is the world in Five of Cups. This is a spiritual energy of knowing that things have gotten better. So that means that maybe something disappointing has occurred. And instead of it being, dang it, I spilled 3 cups, it's like, dang, I have 2 cups. These 2 cups were the ones I really needed. Something is very hopeful now. I'm seeing your dreams becoming a reality, especially if you were married. I'm seeing a married couple, and the married couple, it's like whatever situations that were happening within this marriage, things are getting so much better. We're coming home now. I'm seeing them coming towards you. Maybe you were waiting for them. I'm seeing also that whatever issues, whatever sadness, whatever disappointments were occurring, it's almost as though we're embracing that side of the disappointment. We're embracing it. And now we have healthy boundaries. We're successfully overcoming something. Now we're on a destined path together. If you're not married, I'm seeing someone if you're wanting to manifest marriage, if you're wanting that to come true, they're saying that it's very important that you're persistent about saying to yourself, I am becoming a better version of myself every day, to break out of this whatever prison. Someone's in a mental prison. Someone's in a mental prison there's an escapist energy of someone who may be confused, um, a lot of confusion, okay? And also focusing on, I don't want other people to know these things about me. You want to present yourself as perfect. And it's like there's no such thing as perfect. There's imperfect perfection. You know what I mean? Imperfectly perfect energy. And so it's very important to embrace those things which we think are not good, okay? Which we think are not considered perfect or marriage material. I'm seeing angel number 0404. And that is about paying a close attention to the people in our lives. Very important that you do. I'm seeing that it's very important to be careful and pay attention to avoid any further issues. It's important not time to escape. It's not time to pretend there's not a problem. If something comes up, you need to face it head on. This could become dangerous. So if you're seeing something, do something about it immediately. Okay? But because it seems like once a problem presents itself, you will, if you ignore it, it will get so much worse. And before you know it, boom, thunder and lightning strikes the home. And boom, everything's set and on fire because you neglected to one little thing that you already knew was a problem. Spirit wants you to tackle any issues that come up immediately. That's the healthy boundary you're setting, is that I'm going to embrace the problem and then do something about it and expect the best out of the situation. Trusting your dreams, believe your dreams. If you have any dreams of foreboding, also communicate very clearly. The healthy boundary is that I'm not going to ignore a problem. And I'm also going to be hopeful about these things being successfully overcome or successfully solved. That is the only healthy boundary. You cannot ignore issues. Knight of Wands and the Ace of Swords with Ascendant Masters. It seems as though Spirit is wanting you to continue to push forward, even if you feel like you failed, even if you feel like you lost, even if you feel like there's no winning this. You need to keep pushing forward. Ascendant Masters tells us that there are many instances in time, in history, in space, in scriptures that any scroll that you've ever seen. There's a lot of stories or instances where it looked like they failed, looked like they lost, and not only did they win, but they won big. I mean, think of David and Goliath, right? David could have gotten stomped and squashed. What he did was picked up a rock and he shot it at Goliath's head and took him out. Goliath was, there were many giants, right? But that particular giant was a big bully and needed to be taken out, right? We're not taking him to jail. We got to take you out. And David believed in himself and took him out, right? And so there's that vibe of saying, don't ignore the problem. Face it head on. You will be protected. You are better than you were yesterday. You're a better shot than you were yesterday. Your vision is better. You're wiser than you were yesterday. You're better than today. So there's something about needing to understand that there's still a shot to win. Like, you can't just sit back and say, well, I'm defeated, I'm not going to do anything about it. It will get worse. It's not going to go away. Spirit wants you to know. Letting go of the High Priestess and Chariot. So what we're letting go of is being elusive. We're not telling people what's going on. We're only on a need-to-know basis. It's important now to communicate very clearly. That's the way to success, communicating what our needs are and what our goals are. This is the problem, and this is what I think we should do to solve it. Then boom, we are all visionary energy. I'm seeing visionary energy. Neptune, the planet is prominent as I don't know what here. That is I think it rules Pisces, and I'm seeing Pisces heavily here. Neptune, visionary energy. We're putting our heads together, coming up with a plan. This could work, that could work, this could happen. And boom, you solve the issue. Let go of thinking that you've got to be elusive, that you've got to keep some parts to yourself, that you not tell it because you don't want to fail. You don't want to at least accept defeat either. But you accept defeat by not communicating clearly. You accept defeat by not keeping that kind of a healthy boundary where all of us could suffer from neglecting this problem, but I'm not going to tell you anything about it. That is an unhealthy boundary that Spirit wants you to get out of, especially if this involves you're married or a married couple. Okay, or if you want marriage with this person. It's so important that you clue them in on what's going on so that they can help you, because I see someone who wants to help you. I'm seeing destiny energy here. Yod placements, Y-O-D, may be very significant. You may have a Yod placement. Your person may have a Yod placement. That means that there's a destiny attached to your situation. This is something that's meant to be overcome. Whatever your issues are this weekend, it was meant to be overcome. So you could be dealing with a Pisces very strongly. We have Cancer, Leo, another Capricorn. We also have Aries and Sagittarius. So you could be a Sagittarius Capricorn cusp dealing with a Cancer Leo cusp. We also have Aries, Pisces Aries cusp as well. If you're not dealing with these signs, which you don't have to, these signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.